This building you are looking at like this mansion you are looking at like this is owned by the son of the soil of Abriba. And when you come to Abriba and talk about influential people, rich people, people that made impact, people that, you know, helped a lot of people in this Abriba, you must talk about this particular man. His name is Chief Lord Dike Udensi. This man made a lot of money. This man was too influential. At the age of 30 years, he already owned 3 companies. He's the owner of Dubic Beer. He's the owner of Dubic Industry. He's the owner of the Unijoy Paper Mill. This man made a lot of impact in his society to the extent that the Queen of England called him and gave him the name Lord Mayor. That is why you can't call his name without putting Mayor, because he deserves it. Dubic, you can't come to Aba and talk about drinking beer without talking about Dubic beer. I don't know whether you know ONWAUkA Kalu. ONWAUkA Kalu is one of our earlier Igbo billionaires who came from this Abriba. He was the first person to open the company that produced nails. That is the first indigenous company that produced nails in Nigeria. So hello guys, so we are still in Abriba, in the local government of Abia State, and I will still showing you about our great legends. So some of our legends that you don't know much about them. So that's what we are showing you people. We're in Abriba. I know Abriba have many prominent men. I tell you. So and we create a lot of TV. Our work is to show people. Let me tell you, this house here now, at my back, is belonging to Chief Chika. That is Chika's brothers. Chika brothers. That's what they know them. That's what their business name. And this man did a lot. Before the war, he traveled out of country. He traveled to Cameroon. From Cameroon, he go to Benin. That is Cotonou. From Cotonou, he went to Lomé. Then, on doing the business, he was dealing on foes. That is Okrika. Okay, that's what Nigeria call the used clothes. So he was dealing with that on that business. So then, as he traveled out, that time the war broke out, and he couldn't come back to Nigeria. So he has to establish business Cameroon, Cotonou, and Togo. So Chika brothers were the first. The Chika brother was the first person that introduced used clothes in Cotonou. That present today Cotonou and Lomé, Togo. That's where we are, to tell you the kind of person we are talking about. Okrika, this Okrika we are wearing today, like okay, the first person that sold it to Togolese was what? Chika Ago. That is Chief Chika Ago, Chika brothers. And during that time, it was very difficult. It wasn't easy for him because when he started the business, Togolese were not even accepting to buy the clothes. They say that it belongs to dead people. They cannot use dead people clothes. It was not easy for him to convince Togolese and the Benin Republic people to start buying and dealing with the used clothes. So then he made sure he convinced them, and he focused. He worked hard. He made sure that the Togolese people believe and start dealing with the used clothes today. So when you travel to Lomé, present day of Lomé and Cotonou, you know there are the people in Africa. That is where there are the most people that sells used clothes today. Like okay, if you want to, the most country you can buy okay in Africa is Lomé and Togo. And is this great man that introduced it to them. Do you see the kind of man we're talking about? And he made sure, like Abriba people traveled all the way from here. He took he started picking his people, like his brothers, taking them to Lomé, taking them to Cotonou, taking them to Cameroon. And today, if you come to Abriba, they have many prominent people, very rich men, many different people who based in Lomé and Cotonou, dealing in different kind of business. This is the origin of the reason why you can get many people from this community, from this town in Lomé and Cotonou. So Mr. Chika, that Chika brothers contributed a lot. And it's not only that alone. After making a lot of money, he came home and he built this massive house. I don't know the particular year this house was built, but looking at that house, you know that it's a mansion. Even it's still so the way I'm going is about our Akorolo. Like Abriba people, they are one of community in Igbo land that practice Akorolo. And even though at that time when you move,
Cotonou, Benin, all those African countries. That war, I don't know why I'm bad. Man, after the war, Obuchi na chitazo. Owebiame Uza. You go kita now. Uza the motorable. Pop one number, pop one number, pop one number. Among the other. So the thing was that now. Oh, but it's fine, man. So looking at this house now, although that our fathers, our grandfather, our great grandfathers, Jews like those who made money, have a mansion in their village. You understand? This is our way of life. Makandi not saying a waste or no nothing, not just a liability. It's not a liability, but like there's something I want to tell you. It's not most in Igbo land. Many people did not build such like this kind of house. I'm not water. Coming to your home to build a big, matured house is something that I want to. If you make money, you can come to your village and build a house that befits your level. It's not much that you will looking at Ugwuoke house and say, I must build like the one like Ugwuoke. Meanwhile, Ugwuoke is much richer than you. Do you understand? Because in as much you are seeing massive house in village, Igbo villages, it's not everybody is building that kind of house. But from time immemorial, the thing is like that. Our grandfathers, great grandfathers did that, and we will continue. Like just look at this house now. This house. The children continue to maintain the house. Look at how it is. White house. Because it's like in this Abriba, I don't know whether they did a meeting that when you build a house, paint it white. Because if like there's about 1,000 house in this community, about 900 is white house. So, and it makes here to look like white city. I call it the London white. I call it the most beautiful city in Africa. We have explored here, and I agree with the hype. It's not even the hype. The hype is low. Here is too much. And the best part of this Abriba people is that they don't make noise. I'm telling you, someone like these Chika brothers was a multi-billionaire. I can tell you the money is unfinishable. So where we are now is the name of the owner of this building. The name is Tico. He based in Togo, and he was those people who started this Akorona. Looking at this house now, you see how beautiful it is and how massive. Come, let me go and show them. Let them see it. He even joined these two mansions together. Look at it here. This one and this one. I don't know actual date or year they built this house, but this man is from Abriba. Do you understand? There are people who started Akorona. Our people, our grandfather did it. So now, if you come to Abriba, you realize that they're based in Cotonou, like that is Togo, Benin, and Cameroon. And who started this? It's like Chika. Chika groups, that Chicago. Look at this house here now. You know that this house is not today. Obrolota. Then in now, in the I want to plan for this London community. I can tell you, this one is a White House. Do you understand? Is ancient building. This house I'm showing you is more than 30 years. 30, like all this house here now. Look at the street. It looks like we are just walking in the streets of GRA. Do you understand? But this is somebody community. Nobody village Madavefa. Na Abriba Kaenya. So but new houses. We will see show you new houses. If any matter now, I don't know where bidosi. I can't know why we need bidosi if any na. I don't care what. The bido were poor. Because the Abriba is one of the community names business. You know what they believe in trading, like business. How they make business well, and all from their great grandfather could be doing. Now, only impact. Those people that left earlier, even left here before the war, and went and trade in different kind of business, but mostly how they will click well. I don't know. He's the first person who started selling what? Okay. In Togo, Benin, and Cameroon. This man now is unisex enterprise. That's his name. He was the first person that have this thing in Togo. What is it called? Warehouse in Togo and Benin Republic. That is Cotonou. This is his house. He's a legend. Just look at area. I'm telling you, here is ancient side. Go as of after the war or early before the war, In Afia, na Abriba can na go far. We are not in anywhere. Just some one village can. So these people plan about their city, and the one thing I like and I love about them is they will build house. They will make that place like they will not put a big fence that you will not even see the house. Look at it. Look at this place now. You see the fence. You can look at the house. You can now view the building from outside. Look at this one. Look at this one. Everywhere they don't hide. There is not under about solo fence. A cafe, a togo gafe ono. And about that could be done from Anya Adam. That's how they did it. This is massive, man. So we are going to go round of Abriba. Then go see a Gondim Boche. They change money. We show you the ruffle. Show you the kind of make fun. What you know, bro? You can't even stop now. Obodo Jego, Obodo Quadon, Obodo Plan or over. And what? Abriba kind.
This building you are looking at like this mansion you are looking at like this is owned by the son of the soil of Abriba, because we are still in Abriba. Abriba is a small London. And when you come to Abriba and talk about influential people, rich people, people that made impact, people that, you know, helped a lot of people in this Abriba, you must talk about this particular man. His name is Chief Lord Dike Udensi. This man made a lot of money. This man was too influential. At the age of 30 years, he already owned 3 companies. He's the owner of Dubic Beer. He's the owner of Dubic Industry. He's the owner of the Unijoy Paper Mill. This Unijoy Paper Mill produces tissue papers. Yes, tissue papers. This man made unfinishable money and made impact. This man we are talking about is one that constructed this road with the help of Chika brothers in Abriba. This man made a lot of impact to the Abriba people to the extent that the community called him and gave him the name Iko Hawan of Abriba. This man made a lot of impact in the society to the extent that the Queen of England called him and gave him the name Lord Mayor. That is why you can't call his name without putting Mayor, because he deserves it. Dubic, you can't come to Aba and talk about drinking beer without talking about Dubic beer. Dubic beer, Dubic malt, and a lot of things. And all of these companies was established in Aba. All these companies was established in Aba. He didn't go to Lagos. He didn't go to other places to establish, but he establishes in his own state, which is Aba. So, and currently the company is being run by Guinness Brewery. I heard it was leased to them when the man left. The man is late now, but his impact speaks to himself. His legacy speaks for himself. You can't talk about the influential people in Abriba without mentioning Lord Dike Udensi. This man is too much. This is his house, and this is his akuruno, and this is what we call like Njirimara, his pride. Because when you come to village, this house, this is building stands out because there is a lot of facilities in this house. There's a lot of, they say that this house comes with event center inside his own personal house. This is massive, man. This is massive. And this man we are still talking about made a lot of, like, this man was chairman of 3 banks. He was chairman of 3 banks. He was main shareholder in 2 banks in Nigeria, and he personally built a bank in Benin Republic. This man was too influential. Lord Dike Udensi is a great man, is a legend, and you can't come to Abriba and talk about influential people and talk about people that have helped this community without talking about him. This man is too much. Iko Hawan of Abriba. This is massive, man. Dubic. You can't come to Abriba, you can't come to Abba without drinking Dubic. Dubic beer, Dubic malt. This is massive, man.
So then where we are currently is in the residence of ONWAUkA Kalu. I don't know whether you know ONWAUkA Kalu. ONWAUkA Kalu is one of our earlier Igbo billionaire who came from this Abriba. He was the first person to open the company that produced nails. That is the first indigenous company that produced nails in Nigeria. He started it as early as after the war, and the company produced nails, barbed wire, screws, and other things like that. Look at his house. The man was just a simple man, but he made a great impact in Igbo industry, like on our way of life. He made the road to others to follow. That's why we are here today, to show him. He was a hero. He's a legend. So you know us, we always go around show you people legend, tell their story. So there's nobody here to tell us much more about him, but we just want to tell you people about this great man. Do you understand? The company name was ONWAUkA Interbiz Group of Companies. That is his name. ONWAUkA Interbiz Group of Companies. That's the name that produced NES, the first indigenous company that started producing NES, Babwire and Co. Look at it, you know. So Abriba people have billionaires, but they were not making noise. That's one thing I like about them. Hello guys, so we're still in Abriba and in the residence of our living legend, Commodore Ibitu Okiwe. So Ibitu Okiwe is a Nigerian military man, the former Nigeria governor. He's the only Igbo, the first Igbo man and Nigerian man to be a governor in Lagos State, in Kwara State, and he served as a vice president to IBB. He's a living legend, and he's from this one, Abriba, the small London. So his name is Ibitu Okiwe, the first Nigerian politician, Igbo, and first chief of general staff to resign honorably because he couldn't give in to intimidation. Neither could he compromise his dignity. He was vice president under IBB regime. He resigned. He couldn't allow himself to be boxed around. He served as vice president from 1985 to 1986. He served as governor of Lagos State July 1978 to October 1979. He also served as governor of Niger State December 1977 to July 1978. He joined the Nigerian Military Navy in 1960 as a cadet officer. He was commissioned and subsequently in 1966. In 1966, he defected into the Nigerian Army and he fought on the Biafran side in 1967 to 1970. He was one of the few Igbo officers to be remitted to Navy in 1972, where he would finally retire as a Commodore. He was a member of Supreme Military Council in 1975 and 1977. Obasanjo appointed him military governor of Niger State. He was later redeployed as a military governor of Lagos State under Buhari government of 1983 and 1985. He remained also in the Supreme Military Council while he served as a flag officer in Western Naval Command. He was the director of Naval Faculty Charge 1981 to 1984. And then in 1985, after the military coup that brought General Ibrahim Babangida to power as a military head of state, he appointed Ibitu Okiwe. That's the man we're talking about, the chief of general staff, and his second in command. He opposed Babangida's decision to join the country into Organization of Islamic Cooperation. So he resigned instead of taking part to that Organization of Islamic Cooperation. He shocked Babangida, who thought he could beg for the position. He didn't. Till today, Babangida respects him because he is highly principled man with dignity. He appointed Abiola Abacha. He supported Abiola. Abacha jailed him. It was in 1993 that Abacha jailed him. Ibitu Okiwe later became the chairman of companies such as B2 Properties, Kobe Mats, B2 Proma, B2 Redcons. He was advisor and consultant to Star Store and the offshore oil production company for 9 years. He ran for president in 2006 under PDP but did not win. Ibitu Okiwe Street, one of the most famous streets in Jabi, Abuja, is named after him. The place Zenith Bank is located. So he hailed from Abriba, Abia State. So he was born on 19 October 26, 1940. He's a Commodore in Navy, Nigerian Army, and Biafra Army. So Obona Ekuboku Ndi Merifena Noboda. You cannot talk about great people in Abriba without mentioning this great man. He's great, and if you look at there's one thing I like about Abriba people. They are the origin of Akorola. Let me just look at his house. As great he is, the house befits him. So because of his as a result of his immense contribution to his fatherland, So Adache Chichicheya or Chaya Ochemba of Abriba, so was conferred on him in 1999. Understand? So Ochaya Ochemba, one of Abriba. So then, I know where GCON, that is a Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger in 1999. Kenya the order. He's a great man, and we are in his community. Possibly by God's grace, we are going to try to book appointment with him so that he will tell us his history. He's still alive, bubbling. He's healthy. So all the journal everything. This is good. This is Igbo history. This is a Nigerian who believes his integrity is in top notch. Oh yeah, he was not compromised. Manoch is a politician without bad records. I give it to him. Abriba people the men noise upon all his words, his influence, his money, his power. If they don't tell you about this man, the man know themselves. So this is it.